You know, I'm always amused when I hear some folks, some critics, start talking about, well, look at the mess that the economy's in. They seem to have some selective memory. It didn't just happen somehow. When my administration took office, about 6 months ago, we faced the worst recession since the Great Depression. We were losing an average of 700,000 jobs a month. It was nearly impossible to take out a home loan, or a car loan, or a student loan, or loans for small business to make payroll and keep the doors open. And economists all across the ideological spectrum, left and right, were saying we might be tipping over into a Great Depression. At the time, there were some who thought that doing nothing was an option. Remember that? I disagreed. I thought we had to act boldly and firmly. And so we took steps to arrest our housing crisis and avert the collapse of our financial system. Less than 1 month after taking office, we enacted the most sweeping recovery package in history. And by the way, we did it without earmarks and the pork barrel projects that the previous administration had loaded up with. There's been a lot of misinformation out there about the recovery plan. I hope you don't mind, Virginia. I just want to set the record straight. There's very simple stuff here. The Recovery Act is made up of 3 parts. The first part, about 1/3 of the Recovery Act, is a middle-class tax cut for 95% of working Americans. A tax cut. And by the way, that's exactly what I promised you when I was running for President of the United States. So when you hear the naysayers and the critics saying this plan isn't money well spent, just remember 1/3 of it's going right into your pockets. That seems like well-spent money to me. Another 1/3. All right, so 1/3 tax cuts. Sometimes I see folks outside with signs, you know, don't raise my tax. I haven't raised your taxes. I've lowered your taxes. That's point number 1. Another 1/3 was relief for people and states who had fallen on hard times because of the economic crisis. So we expanded unemployment benefits to help folks who had lost their jobs and were looking for work. That's made a difference for about 150,000 Virginians. We made health insurance cheaper for families who rely on COBRA after they've lost a job and they're out there looking for a job. We made it 65% cheaper. That's you right there. That's you right there. I've got some testimony. I've got an amen corner right here. We helped states facing historic budget shortfalls, which prevented layoffs and protected essential services. In Virginia, that means 13,000 folks who are still working in our schools, more than 300 deputy sheriffs who are still keeping communities safe, state colleges and universities like UVA and Virginia Tech that haven't had to raise tuition because of the recovery package. So I just want to know, these critics, I want to make sure that, are are they opposed to the tax cuts that went into your pocket? Are they opposed to making sure that we're not cutting back on vital services and giving states some relief? That's 2/3 of the Recovery Act. Now, the last third is making the vital investments that are putting people back to work today to create a stronger economy tomorrow. The largest new investment of infrastructure in America since Eisenhower built the interstate highway system back in the 1950s. Around here, that means upgrading the Lake Barton Dam, improving the Fairfax County Parkway, building new roads across northern Virginia to ease congestion and make your lives a little bit better. So step by step, we are moving forward. The American people understand this recession was years in the making. It didn't just start last month. That bank crisis didn't happen on my watch. Let's get the history straight. Then we start getting into the whole issue of spending. Now, let me tell you, Virginia has a history of prudent fiscal policy. That's what Tim Kaine's been about. That's what Mark Warner's been about. That's what Creigh is going to be about.